Yes, the sounds of Master Plan, I'm Not Afraid. You may recognise the vocalist. He also sang in Halloween. Fantastic. Right. Okay. We spent the last 49 minutes, excluding musical breaks, talking about Zul'Gurub. Because it's a good instance, and we like good instances here on the show. However, we can't talk about that all the time. We'll have to go on to some other topics. Couple of shout-outs to begin with. I will do more shout-outs later in the show, so please do not bombard me with shout-out requests just yet, as you usually do every show. Quick shout-out must go out to Noisecraft, and a shout-out to the Sea Dogs on Daggerspine, my old server, for wiping on Lucy after our 100th time of being here. Lol. I know the feeling. We actually wiped on Sulfuron twice today, which as far as I'm aware wasn't even possible. Ugh. God. How... Ugh. It's just... The very thought disgusts me. A shout out to the pickup group on Defiance Brotherhood at the moment, who are soon to fight Bloodlord Mandikir. Pray for our souls. That's from Varska. You're all gonna die. Basically. Shout out to Snowballs for being so extremely epic. That's from Sputnik. That's not a bad idea. Let's talk about that. Christmas! Yes! There's two things about Christmas I want to talk about, and yeah, I'm actually going to say Christmas. I'm not going to say holidays, because it's Christmas. It's not holidays, it's bloody Christmas, for God's sake. Political correctness be damned. Political correctness can go and shoot itself in the head and fall off a very tall bridge. I have no interest in it. In fact, let me rant about that for 5 minutes or so. Political correctness, in any walk of life. Now, when political correctness was first conceived, it was designed to help combat stuff like racism and discrimination. Now, it's become a total and complete farce. I mean, let's face it. People claiming to be offended if you say Happy Christmas to them. Oh, really? Well, in that case, I'm offended if you say Happy Hanukkah to me. In fact, I'm offended if you say Happy Holidays to me, because you are not respecting my belief as a Christian in Christmas itself. Not only that, but you're not respecting my belief in common sense, that Christmas has now become a very secular and very commercial holiday that can be actually called Christmas and not described as bloody holidays. I'm absolutely astounded at the level of political correctness now. It's just crazy. The whole thing, like... I actually heard that, you know, you wouldn't be able to call gay people gay anymore. You'd have to call them... Yeah, what was it? Let me see if I can pronounce the phrase. I mean, I read this in the paper about 6 months ago, that this would be the new political correct phrase for gay or homosexual people. You can't say homosexual either, by the way. That's no longer PC. That's persons with sexual orientation towards other persons of the same gender. That's the new... politically correct phrase for homosexual. What the hell? What's heterosexual going to be? Oh, heterosexual is obviously, you know, not politically correct now either. Neither straight. Person with sexual orientation towards someone of the opposite sex. Now, that is ridiculous. I mean, what the hell? How stupid must you have to be to think that that is a good idea, or that that will actually stop any degree of discrimination at all? If anything, it's like... Let me put it this. It's like giving the special kid in your class a nice big hat that's bright red and says, I am special on it. And think that that is going to stop any degree of discrimination or bullying of that child. No. Absolutely not. It's just pointing and saying, look, you're different. And political correctness makes you more different. You're being ostracized by the very thing that is supposed to be protecting you in the first place. Wow. I'm astounded. I mean, what a stupid idea. Now, back to Christmas. And yes, I will call it Christmas. Christmas decorations. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? What is it? Right, Christmas decorations. You have to note that pretty much every MMO of note on the planet has done some kind of thing for Christmas. It does holiday celebrations. Take, for example, PlanetSide, because I love to come back to PlanetSide, because it's about the only MMO, other than WoW, I've actually played to any extent. During Christmas, the helmets were changed to Santa's hats, and the backpacks that were dropped when you die were changed to big presents. Yeah. Christmas celebrations. Oh, they also put lights on the trees as well in the winter continents. It was really good. I was well impressed with that. I found that fun. It was a nice, festive spirit. But people will whine about everything, including this. Now, the things I managed to see on the thing so far. The forums. You see, I can't even refer to it as the forums anymore with a straight face, because it barely even qualifies. It's the thing. The thing where people write stupid crap. It's not the forums, it's not the WoW general discussion board, it is the thing where people write stupid crap. And that's how it will be known for the rest of my days. I wonder if that actually has a nice acronym. Thing where people write... No, it doesn't. Oh well. You can't have everything. Now, Christmas decorations. People complained. The first complaint... WoW is supposed to be a serious game! Is it? Have you typed /silly recently? Have you even watched Leroy Jenkins or Zinrath or any number of humorous movies that have been created using World of Warcraft? Have you even played the game for any length of time outside of Molten Core? WoW is not a serious game, and it never has been. It's a cartoony looking game. The graphical style does not indicate seriousness. Go over to Thunderbluff and you'll see silly faces carved in the wall. Goblins, talk to goblins, they're comedy. The fact that Taurens and gnomes are even allowed to exist in this world indicates that it's not a serious game. Because otherwise you wouldn't have silly giant cow people or miniatures things. No, gnomes, comedy relief. Taurens, comedy relief. /silly, comedy relief. /train. Why are those in the game if not to be ridiculous? /flirt. Why is that in the game if not to be ridiculous? It's a light-hearted MMORPG. Yes, it's got a nice background story that is based in war. However, it's not a dark world at all. There are areas of it which are a little more depressing than others, but at the end of the day, it's not a dark world like, say, Neocron, or anything designed to be a dark sort of post-apocalyptic world. It's not designed. Even, say, post-apocalyptic Fallout, for instance, has a lot of funny moments in it. Even though pretty much the entire human race has been wiped out and everything is getting very, very, very unpleasant. You've got to bear in mind that a lot of games, in fact every single game on the planet, I should hope, is there for the purpose of entertainment, rather than the purpose of, this is my life. I am a serious warrior, part of the Daggerspine realm, and I shall come and slay you. No, it's not going to happen. It's a game, folks. Get a grip. Now, next complaint. Christmas doesn't exist in WoW lore. You're butchering your WoW lore. This isn't Christmas. This is the Festival of Winter Veil. It's not Christmas, it's the Festival of Winter Veil. Again, another thing about political correctness. It's not Christmas, therefore you can't whinge. It's Winter Veil. I have actually seen people of other religions, and I have absolutely every tolerance for anyone of any faith, creed, or anything other ideology, as long as it is not hateful or designed to hurt other people. Fine, you can hold whatever belief you like in that respect, but don't try and force it on me, especially when it's like, hang on, the Winter Veil Festival has some kind of similarity to Christmas, therefore it's disrespectful to Religion X, or Deity Y, or Tradition Z. No, it isn't. No, it's not at all. Don't be silly. It was designed to make people feel, hey, this is cool. You know, I'm really getting into the Christmas spirit, or the Winter Veil spirit, as it were. This is fun. I can throw snowballs at people. You know, that's really nifty. The same reason that Happy Fun Rocks and those leather balls are in the game. They serve no practical purpose. They're just there to be a toy, a gimmick, a pastime, a distraction from your normal grind. Hey, I just threw a snowball in the face of a big Tor and knocked him over. How ridiculously illogical. He's an 8-foot-tall cow that weighs no doubt 500 or 600 pounds, and yet I knocked him over with a very small ball of ice. Fantastic. That is great. Yeah. Christmas? No. Winter Veil? Yes. Winter Veil decorations are causing a load of lag. Prove it. It's not causing lag on my computer. Yeah, my computer's pretty good. It's not that bad. It's not the best thing ever, though. It's a 2 GHz Athlon with a gig of RAM and a reasonable graphics card, 9800 Pro. It's certainly not the best computer ever invented. It's okay. It's all I can afford right now. But it runs fine on my machine. Ogrimmar still is fine. It always has been. It's never lagged for me. It's not a problem. It's not making things lag at all. I did the whole of Molten Core today, and we had no lag. Zero. Absolutely nothing. And people are saying, oh, it's, these Wintervale decorations are causing lag in high-end instances. How does that make any sense? They're not even on the same continent as those instances. I mean, what are you talking about? Really? Do you seriously think it could make that much of a mess? Perhaps it could. But it's not very likely, is it? It's more likely that they've added some stuff to the game, and as such, your under-par computer has been pushed over the edge and is now complaining at you. Turn your graphics options down, clean up your hard drive, defragment, get rid of all the crap that you're running in the background, and you might actually have some luck with it. But that's no reason to take it out. And I've seen people whining about that. It's like, oh, it's making the game lag. Take it out. No, it's not making the game lag. Your computer just sucks. It's a reasonable assumption to make. Christmas. Wintervale. It's all good. We like it. Now, I'm going to introduce this week's Working as Intended, and it's a prelude to my next topic. And my next topic is going to be DKP and hardcore raiding. Right. Working as intended. Shall I play the evil, evil noise? Yes, I will, because it makes you pain. It's working! Yeah, it's working! It's working as intended, baby! Hee hee. Yes. It's working as intended. This week's Working as Intended. I want you to see if you can come up with an alternative to DKP that actually works. Those of you who don't know what DKP is, I'll give you a brief summary right now, and then I'll let your little minds get to work. Right. DKP is a point system. It's a point system which can be used to purchase epic item drops in places like Molten Core, Zul'Gurub, Onyxia, Kazakh, Azuragus, the Emerald Dragons, and Blackwing Lair. It's used for raids, basically, because in raids there are too many people. It's not like a 5-man, where you may say, oh look, it's mage equipment. There's only one mage, he can have it. Or, there's only 2 clothies here, they can roll off against each other. No, it's like, oh, there's actually 13 clothies here, and they all want it. What the hell are we going to do now? What the hell are you going to do now? What you will do is you will have a system. And DKP is one of those systems. You earn DKP by raiding. The DKP system is a very flexible system. It can range from the simple raid point system, which consists of 1 point per raid, and then those points are spent in a closed bidding system, or it could go all the way up to something really complicated, where the values of every item drop in that instance are preset, and you have to pay a certain amount of points to get it. Not only that, but you could have various factors in which you earn points. If you're on time, you may earn 20 points, but if you've downed one boss, you may earn 50. If you go all the way to Ragnaros in Molten Core, you may get a bonus 100. You may get, say, 100 points for every hour you spend in there. So DKP as a system is a very flexible idea, but some people claim it's not fair. Now, I'm going to come on to the issue of fairness of DKP after the break. But in the meantime, I want you to see if you can come up with anything better. What do you think would work better in a 40-man raid instance like Molten Core? Would you design another kind of point system? Would you do away with point systems altogether? Have you actually experienced the benefits of Loot Council? And in your experience, does it work? Let's hear what you have to say about endgame raiding points and loot. DKP, do you love it? Do you hate it? Can you come up with anything better? Go for it. You're listening to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. People have been screaming for Nightwish. Nightwish it shall be. Enjoy.